Hello my Romance Club lovers! This is quite right time to post a new video with the interview. The last time I have asked you to collect 30 likes for sooner next interview releasing, and you have almost done it. 27 likes out 30. Good job! I wanna continue this tradition and I'm asking you now for this one more time. Let's collect 30 likes. It will be a signal for me that you are interested in this. And as soon as this happens, the sooner I will post the next interview. And I have many guys, from Anastasia, Alexander, Alice, Marina, and from some Romance Club artists, really many. Can you make me to release interviews video every day? Huh? Anyway, today there is an interview with Anna, the author of Rage of the Titans. And you have voted for this interview in my Instagram. Let's start. Let's start with a traditional question. How did your creative path begin? The first story, what contributed to this? Probably my first story can be considered the original one, if we express it with the text of the fanfictions. As far as I remember, it was a short sketch in the style of Flowers Are Better Than Bullets. And then I was brought into the Teen Wolf fandom and alternative worlds. This is how my journey began. We all tormented by the question, how to get into the Your Story interactive team? How exactly did you manage to become a part of the Romance Club? I don't think my story is any different from other writers. I sent my resume to the company and after successfully completing the test task, I was accepted into the team. Did you get into the team already knowing what the story would be? Did you know its skeleton, at least an approximate plot? Even before joining the company, I had some ideas of my own. I was very lucky that my interests coincided with the interests of the team and we managed to implement this idea. And after a long and painstaking work, the plot of Rage of the Titans was created. Why ancient Greece? The gods of Olympus? A rather strange question. I will give a simple and at the same time banal example of the answer. Let's say you like oranges and someone asks you, why an orange? Why not a peach, pineapple or strawberry? What do you say? The very first thing that comes to mind is, well, because I just like an orange. Why should I eat something else if I want to eat it? Is it logical? Logical, and there is nothing to wonder about. Are you similar to your characters? It seems to me that every character has learned something from me, but this is only a small part of a more complex image. Andrea probably took over my love of sports and clothes from me. Heather is childish and absent-minded. Adrian has taken on a heightened sense of responsibility from me. And well, Murphy is me after 3 shots. What inspires you when you write? Mostly music, but sometimes it is very difficult to find instrumental versions that could convey the right mood for the scene. Pinterest and a variety of aesthetics that the site offers also helps a lot. For many years, it has already learned well what I need. The first season has ended and the second has just begun, but do you already know the end of Rage of the Titans? Of course, but we still need to live up to it. In general, which end are you for? Opened? A good one? I love tragic endings, but this doesn't mean that Rage of the Titans will get exactly such an ending. Everything will depend only on the choices of players. Although, who knows? After completing your first story, are you going to write further in the Romance Club? There are such plans. Let's talk about crossovers. As it was with Sophie's 10 Wishes, are you planning, or perhaps we can already expect, a crossover of your story with another one? In fact, it is a very interesting idea, but it is difficult to implement since Rage of the Titans is in its own separate universe, and it will be extremely difficult to combine it with another story. Therefore, I can't say anything about this. We'll wait and see. You are playing Romance Club, so what kind of crossover would you like to see being a simple reader, not a writer? Probably my choice would have fallen on Shadows of Sandfor and Moonborn. Both stories are connected with fantasy and mysticism, so I think it could be somehow logically played out. Besides, as a lover of alternative worlds, it would be very interesting for me to look at something like this. The question is slightly selfish in relation to your characters, but do you have favorites in your own story? No, as you may have noticed, I clearly distinguish the characters from each other. All the characters have their own peculiarity and unique features, and I am pleased to write every little thing that readers may notice. Which route would you play if you were playing your own story? Maybe you have already determined? As a writer, I choose each love line. What genre would you like to try yourself in? Which one is more attracted to you mentally? I would like to try myself in such a genre as horror, mystery, thrillers. Immerse yourself in this gloomy atmosphere and tension where you have to make vital decisions in harsh conditions. We wanted to ask you a few questions about some characters. They are all incredibly interesting and different. It is difficult to maintain so many heroes in your head, because everyone has their own characteristics and individual qualities. I try to distinguish the characters from each other. The individual characteristics and initially prescribed characters help with this as well. Aida, a beautiful, mysterious woman. She literally broke the hearts of many players, and then broke them one more time when everyone found out that there were no plans with her as love line. Who is Adrian'S father after all? Everything will be revealed further in the story itself. Andrea got a pet. So the question is, do you have any pets? I love animals very much, but I can't get a pet yet, although I really want to. After all, this is a big responsibility. You need to devote enough time, love and care, not to mention other resources. A lot of time has already passed since the update, but we just have to ask about Pia. Will there be any interactions with him? Blind hopes for at least an incomplete love line? I can't promise anything, but I'll think about it. The beautiful Aphrodite and Hephaestus next to her, so we want at least the slightest hint. Did you follow the myth of ancient Greece? Or in your own canon, the spouses in mythology have become just close friends? This is a spoiler question. The cutscene gave a clear hint that Ramona is involved in all this. Is it possible to assume that she and possibly Shane are also somehow involved in Olympus or the underworld? More details will be revealed in the upcoming updates. Have we seen other gods beside those already mentioned during the first and the beginning of the second seasons? Yes, I have read many fans' theories and even met a few true ones. Anyway, few people have guessed kinda right. We met a fair-haired boy, a fan of comics, for the second time in the story. Will he also have a role in the plot? The boy is a reflection of human importance and naivety. We will see this boy again, but I have some other plans for him, not so much predicted by the players. Will the accumulated stats affect the choice of the site, or can it be made based on your own preferences? The choice of the site will be mainly influenced by personal preferences, but choose your site wisely. Not everything that seems attractive is actually good. And yet your choice is new gods or old ones. Or Andrea loves comics. Adrian doesn't even know the word manga. And you? Comics, manga, manhwa, top 5 favorites? I think many people have already guessed what I'm reading. Among my favorites, I can single out Attack on Titans, My Hero Academia, the founder of Diabolism and trash of the Counts family. What's more, DC and Marvel comics, Star Wars, as well as comics of Genshin and the game itself. A few words to our and your readers, to everyone who sees this interview. Be kinder to others and more tolerant of yourself. Respect each other and do not forget to relax. That's it, guys. Remember about 30 likes for next interview and don't forget to subscribe. See you next video. Bye bye.